It's the 16th of July, and what I'm going to show you today is how everything in the greenhouse at home is getting on. Lots has happened since I did my last little update for you. The tomatoes are growing really well. Everything needs a really good water. It's very hot in here at the moment. It is, oh good lord, 33 degrees. And the door's open and the window's open, but it is still incredibly hot. So I need to give everything a really good water. Plus the tomatoes need to be side shooted, and they also need tying in again. So I'll just go through some of those bits so that you can see how they're getting on. Right, now these are the cucamelons. As you can see, they are travelling all along. And even this one up here is doing really well. It's sort of spreading itself beautifully. But if we come back to that one here, I just want to show you how they're getting on. Now I've got lots of little flowers. So there's a little flower there. And maybe if I zoom in a little bit closer, behind the flower, you will see a little cucamelon. Just there. Okay, they're tiny when they first appear, obviously, because they're tiny little babies, but the flowers are beautiful. They're very small little yellow flowers, and behind every single one you will find one of these cucamelons. Now they need lots of watering and they need lots of feeding as they grow, but hopefully in about a week's time, maybe less, these will be ready to harvest. I've got loads of little flowers all over them, so they're doing really well. So I'll just give those a really good water, and then I'll show you something else. Now here are the chilies. They're still quite small. Actually, some have been nibbled on the tops of their leaves, but others seem to be fine. I've got some lovely flowers coming on that one right at the very back near the stick. I'm not sure if you can see that, but this one down the front here was the first of my little chilies. I don't quite know why I went in such a high squeaky voice, but there's the first of the chili, and there's loads and loads of flowers on here, as hopefully you can see. Loads of little flowers, lots of flowers on the other ones, so hopefully very soon I'll get lots more chilies growing. And down here, these are some of the sweet peppers. I've got quite a few here. A couple right down the bottom seems to have been nibbled, but that doesn't really matter. I've got so many. But as you can see here, I've got lots of flowers starting to grow. So behind those, then I'll get lots of peppers. But I will show those to you when they come up. Now, the okra, again, are a bit sort of meh. They seem to have lost their leaves down the bottom. I mean, it's hot enough in here for them, but I don't know, maybe the nights are too cold. They seem to be growing up fine. Some of them, this one here seems to have got some side shooty bits on it. I get some flowers, but then they seem to go brown. So again, I'm not giving too much hope, but you never know. They might suddenly decide that they're going to grow beautifully, but I'm not holding my hopes out for loads of wonderful okra this year, but we'll soon see. But I will keep you posted on their progress. And then the tomatoes, I can't go back far enough, and as you can see, they are all growing really well. They've grown an awful lot since I showed you last. I've got lots and lots of flowers appearing. There's a load of flowers there, there's a load slightly further back. There's a load of flowers down here. They're doing really, really well. And in fact, I do actually have some fruit. That fruit that I want to show you is over here. It's there, just there. Okay, there are lots of other little tiny fruits coming through, but lots and lots of flowers. So hopefully very soon I'll have loads and loads of tomatoes, all of different shapes and all of different sizes. But let me explain to you about side shooting. Right, now side shooting is one of those little mysteries, okay? You read it in a book, and it doesn't really make sense until somebody explains it to you. Remember, you don't need to side shoot all your tomatoes. If they're tomatoes that grow in a bush, you don't side shoot them, but if they're cordon ones that grow up a cane, then you do. Now hopefully you can see this okay. Let me try and explain it to you. You've got the main stem of the tomato that comes up here, and off of that you get some leaves like this, a branch of leaves. In between that is another shoot. Okay, that is the side shoot. So that you need to remove and just snap it off. It will come off very easily. If you do find it's a bit difficult, then just get your secateurs. Okay, so you've got the main stem of the plant, you've got the leaf coming out, which will come out first of all, and then the side shoot will come from that. There's another one slightly further up here. We've got the main shoot here, we've got the branch of the leaves coming out here, and we've got a tiny little one here. That's the side shoot, so that comes out. You need to take your side shoots out because they take a lot of the goodness from the plant, and if you don't remove your side shoots, then you tend to get less fruit. So it's always good to take out your side shoots, only of the ones that grow up, and then all the goodness can go into producing the fruits rather than looking after the side shoot. So I hope I've explained that to you nice and easily. Let me show you a truss where the flowers are so that you don't get confused. Now don't worry, because you won't get confused with a side shoot with a truss where there are a load of flowers, because you've got the main stem that comes up and the truss will come off. You will never get a side shoot growing in between these two. Okay, so don't worry about that. So that's just the difference. So on a regular basis you need to just go along and you just need to side shoot your tomatoes, which is what I'm going to be doing now, and also putting another tie, because they've got quite tall now and they need to be tied to the cane a little bit more. So I'm going to carry on and I'm going to do all of that. Right, well that's just a little quick update on how everything is getting on in the greenhouse at home. I'm going to carry on with watering and side shooting and tying in those tomatoes, but as you can see it's all doing really well. I've got a cucumber which is deciding that it will actually eventually want to come over here, so I might have to sort of move that slightly. Otherwise I won't be able to get in. But yes, it's doing really well. So tying in all these tomatoes is going to take me a while, because it's so hot in here. I might have to keep going outside just to cool down, which is a little bit of a strange thing. Well, I hope you found that interesting and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye.